it's lovely to meet you. Who
Nice
are
to
you?
meet you too. Well, my name is Su-Man. People call me I'm a celebrity facialist, but I like to think I'm just a little person, try to make the people around me have a happier, healthier life. So, and I also is a skincare founder of Su-Man.
How did this journey begin into your industry?
Oh God. Well, all my life journey, I think, it's emerged altogether naturally. I call it a beautiful accident. You know, I grew up in Manhattan, Taiwan. Age 19, I discovered dance, and through dance, I really discovered the freedom and the expression without words. And during the dance, then I discovered Shiatsu, where I discovered my second love, and I realized the connection between your emotion and physical well-being, and out of Shiatsu came to my facial technique. And from the facial, because I was using so many other brands and I was never truly happy. You know, it's either too heavy or too watery, just not efficient for the way I work on facial. So I decided to have my own brand, own skincare. And I started everything in my kitchen. You know, I blend everything, try on myself, try on family members. Doesn't matter, they have also the rushes. But of course, I don't use it on client. I try and no, something very successful, something failed, but eventually I got this pop, the formulation. So I use on my client. That's where people start to say, wow, I feel amazing, you know, can I buy it? I said, no, you can't really buy it because I made it in my kitchen. But the demand got so big, so I decided to send to a laboratory, some in Taiwan, some in France, and the new one will be in UK. That's where my skincare started.
So what is the thinking behind the ingredients? How did you start your research and decide what to put in to this special potion?
Well, because I grew up in the mud hut, in the farm, you know, everything we do, you discover from the nature, from the vegetable, from the trees, from the herbs, ancient Chinese beauty secret, and something from passed on from my parents and sisters. And try everything we do, you know, this is underneath our feet. So I thought that's the best thing I can do. But of course, half my life living in the West. So I think if I can use the best of old and blend it with the best of new, surely that's the way to go forward, you know. So yeah, that's the idea come from the first formulation, pick up from the childhood experience and science from the West.
Well, what are your favorite ingredients?
You know, favorite is green tea. You know, we used to drink the green tea and use the leftover splash on our face to soothe any sun damage or discomfort from the heat. And the tea really instantly calm the skin down, also prevent sun damage. Watermelon, we used to finish watermelon, we don't throw away. Before we throw away, discard it, we just rub on our face, you know, to exfoliate, to comfort again, you know, to make the skin look glowing.
What is your mother's beauty regime?
Well, she used to use rice water to wash the face. You know, we tend to make a paste of flour and egg to do a hair shampoo or to do, you know, for the face, the mask, all things. And something passed on, something that we learn from the generations.
Who is the most famous person that you have, for whom you have done a facial?
Oh God, a famous person? What's the famous? I mean, some I cannot name, but I need to tell you the story about Juliette Binoche. You know, she actually started the whole thing as I became a facialist, because when I first met her, you know, I told her her face was sagging and stagnant.
Oh my goodness, how did she take that?
She didn't talk to me during the whole hour treatment. And I knew she's come from Paris. You know. I said, well, I must see you once, and I never again. I better tell you the truth, as I always do.
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
I'm very direct, very
Yes.
Chinese way. And she didn't talk to me, and I said, fine, you know, but a year later she called me back, asked for more facial, despite of what I said to her. I said, why? She said, you know what, I tried so many, but no one ever like you. Since then I became a personal facialist.
Oh, and that is still
And
the
that's
case.
and we still, connect together. And then when she come here, I give her facial. Still the case, yeah. We became like sisters.
How lovely.
It just shows, you know, you got to tell people what you really think. To help people, you have to say the truth. Otherwise, you're not able to help someone.
Yes,
right?
yeah. And any others that you can name?
Something I can name is Sienna Miller, Gemma Arterton, Jenna Coleman, Johnny Richardson, Olga Krylenko, and some other I cannot really name. Yeah. let's come to name drops.
And what happens when somebody so famous decides that they would like to visit you for a facial? How do they make contact? Does it come through an agent? Do they make contact directly? If so, have you ever wondered, is that really so-and-so?
You know what, I never. Some through their PR, some through their PA, some just, I think mostly through their PR, I think. But for me, I never treat them differently like all my regular clients. For me, my regular are my celebrities, because with true famous people, they come and go, they're too busy. But because you treat them like just like us, and they are just like us, apart from the name, right? So there's no different. Even though I treat them exactly the same, but each person coming, I have a different way to dealing with. Depends on how I find what their problem is lying. So there's not much different to me, even whether they're famous or just a housewife or banker or lawyer. You know.
Presumably must come naturally to you because you come from the world of performance.
Well, yes and no. I actually still a fun girl. You know, my husband used to say, "Yeah, you will be forever fun," and I am, and I love it because everything I do, I think, inspired by how I grew up. You know, it's the way we live, the way we eat, the way we do things. It's so all about prevention, you know, and sometimes I do feel inferior, you know, and I feel, oh God, so and so, this, but as you get older, you know, you get over that. You know, who cares? You know, because I've been there, done that too. And if you see them just seem like human beings like us, you feel much at ease with yourself and at ease with the other person, even they are most famous people. You know.
I'd love to hear a little bit about the farm.
Farm, yes. You know, I realized before age 14, I have the most beautiful memory. I mean, it's beautiful. I only remember the beautiful thing, although there are things, it's quite tough. The things I can remember, 3-4 things. Every summer, there's typhoon in Taiwan, right? We have my dad and my brother has climbed up to the roof to put 2 thick rope down, and underneath rope have a big stone, so to hold the roof together, avoid the wind blow away. And then every summer there was snake crawling along the wall, inside the wall, because we have a newspaper to cover, to make the mud hut looks nicer.
Yes.
My mom just knew where's the head and grab it, and it just gross, disgusting.
Oh,
the snake.
Brave.
I always amazed how my mom does that. And sometimes you see the little baby mice, falling down on the floor while you're trying to lie there, be cool, and just, if I think about it, it still gives me goosebumps, little mouth. When we have to sow our ox, you know, I remember that was in a misty morning, probably 5 o'clock, My dad kept hushing the ox, come on, move. He moved a little bit, and then he stopped moving. And my dad said, come on, gotta go, move. And I sat there just probably not far away. I just saw the big tear falling down the ox eyes. Not even talk about it. It just made me have a tear. That's the first time I sensed the loss, something unknown. I just feel
conscious of death.
Or it's just like you're going to losing something. Every time I talk about this, I just remember the pictures. That's very sad because the ox being with us, God, ever since I have memory. And we have to let the ox go away because the government took over the land to build an industry park.
And then what happened to you?
And then, that's the thing with my dad, because I have 10 siblings, My older sister is 74 now. You see how the big age gap, and because we were so poor, and my dad said, I will build them houses, each my sister and brother houses, because when they marry, they get nothing from the family. My parents simply can't afford them. Both of them are illiterate farmers. So my dad used the money to build houses for each of my sister and brothers.
My goodness me.
And then we have little piece of vegetable garden left. That's how my parents live afterwards.
And are your siblings still in Taiwan?
They're all in Taiwan. Some of their nieces, nephews in America, but most of them are in Taiwan.
What is it like to go back there now?
It's very different now because Taiwan becomes so much like a big city, like less farm because everything become a factory, It's like very American style. But still nice to go back to visit the countryside, the mountains. Taiwan is an island, So it's beautiful to travel around, but the city is just like any other city. But the food is just amazing. I miss the food. Sometimes I miss the weather, the humidity, the sweat. I love to walk around feeling the sweat dripping down your skin.
Good for the skin.
Good for the skin,
yes. And have you taken your children there?
Yes, when they're small, we used to went back every 2 years. But since my parents passed away, I find it's not the same. Even though we have siblings, they are for me like branches of the trees, It's not the root. The parents really is the roots that ground you all together, gather everyone together. But one of my sisters still try to do that. So whenever I go home, she gather everyone together. It's nice. I love big families, It's fun.
Are there any other dancers in your family?
Nope. I'm the only one flying away like a bird. No one do what I do.
When did you first realise you were a dancer?
Age of 19. That's when the high school introduced after school clubs. Everyone have to choose one or two as a compulsory, you need to do something apart from sitting there learning anything. I saw, maybe I choose ballet. It was ballet. I said, what is ballet? I have no idea. And I say, let's try. The first class I went, the teacher is so small, smaller than me, and tiny, and I just fell in love straight away.
Oh, really?
The body, how she can talk without words. And I totally in awe. I said, oh my God, I didn't know one can say so much without saying a word. Since then, I just dive into that dance world.
When was
no regret.
When was your first public performance?
Public performance? 24, I think, in the university.
I see.
Yes. But every year you do a performance to public, so must be doing that between 20 and 25.
And what was your favourite role?
What's my favourite role? Gosh, that was in Rosa. That was in Belgium then. When I left Taiwan. I love them all. I don't have any favorite role, but because each role is so different, I can't really name it. But for me, it's just a privilege. Doesn't matter which role you have. You get on that stage, you say what you have to say, with your body, and then it's just so free. Your spirit feels free. You feel happier.
You needed it somehow.
I needed it.
Yes.
Yeah, I needed it. It's just it's this kind of word. You can't describe the beautiful feeling. Able to move around and say to the world that's how you feel. Yeah.
And did you ever feel nervous?
Oh, I do. God, each time, no matter how many times you go on stage, each time just nervous because it's not live performance. It's not recording. It's not video. Let's go back. No, it's live show. Things go wrong.
What did you do to get over the nerves?
I don't know. Actually, I never think of it. You just say, you just have to do it. I never think. Then I didn't do any meditation, things like that. I think suppose taking a deep breath helps, and think of nothing, just focus, yeah.
And how long did you dance for?
I think professional 17 years. I traveled around the world, I was lucky then. When do you know Pinto?
Mm-hmm.
She actually is the one who met me went to Germany the first time. When I left home, I didn't speak a word English or German. And when teacher introduced a video about Pinto in Taiwan, where I was studying in university, I said, oh my God, that's a place I want to go. That's the company I want to join.
And you did?
Well, funny enough, when she finally offered me a job, but I signed a contract with Rosas in Belgium, another renowned company, and Teresa de Kesmacher. So I never went back to her. Imagine if I went back to her, I would be still dancing now. I won't be sitting here doing what I do. See, life never what I thought it should be, because I thought, Pinto, that's the way I'm going to go. But when she offered me a job, I didn't take it. It was too late
because
to take
it.
Because
Too late.
Because it was too late, yeah. And I ended up doing what I do.
It's a very different thing, loving something and being good at it and getting to the next level where you're able to dance within companies like that, with people like that. How did that happen? What was the first step
You mean
into that?
Into that audition?
Yes.
Audition. You have to audition like. I remember at Teresa, the Rosa's company, more than 500 people auditioned, but she only needs 3 girls. One's already taken, so within that 500, only 2 girls, And as a dancer, I started very late, 19. Most people start 5,
Yes, yes.
And they can do everything. And me, I just thought, what? But I think I learned in life is you can only do what you can do and do the best we can.
Yes.
It's not how great you are, it's how much better you can be. And that's my philosophy, And also because I grew up in a illiterate family, I don't say I'm knowledgeable, but because I have no fear, or the little I know, actually better for me. So everything I do, I have nothing worry about it. What if?
Yes.
What if? I don't have the what if, that word.
Full steam ahead.
I just dive in. I didn't know you could injure yourself. What if you don't make it as a dancer, So from that audition, it was tough. 500 from reduce to 3 girls, and that 3 girls, that's 6 months later, she could give you a letter saying, well, I'm still not sure, there are 3 of you left, I don't know. I still need 1 more person, and those 2 girls, much younger than me, in their 20s, I was then, what? Late 20?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and but she chose me. Because I don't know why, but I suppose the fearlessness, the way I express myself, because not if I have a better technique than anyone else, I don't think so. It's just, maybe I show the passion, the love, stronger, or the thing, because I'm less wordy, so I put everything in my body to express what I really want to say. And that's the luck, get me through all the dance career, I think.
Do dancers dance all their lives because they need to?
Oh yeah, you need to. The discipline beyond the dancers is incredible. We start, I remember, you had to wake up 7 o'clock every day and then start a dance class for 9 and finish 6. That's dancing, physical dance all day long, apart from 1 hour lunch break. And then after that, maybe a performance evening. So you finish your all day long, you just move your body. Move. It's very tough, but it's beautiful. I can't find a word to describe that.
It's a feeling.
It's the feeling.
Yes.
It makes you feel so happy.
And you still dance, don't you?
I still dance. I still
professionally.
Yeah, but I still do ballet as a part of my fitness regime.
And how many times a week do you do that?
I try 3 times a week if I can.
Can you take us through what that involves? You arrive at the dance studio.
You get changed,
yes,
and you warm up. For me, I need to warm up. I'm much older now. A lot of young people come in.
What do you do to warm up?
I stretch. Stretching just to warm up, loosen up your muscle, more flexible, and warm up your joints so you get to the routine much quicker. Otherwise, normally you do the bar work. Yeah, after bar, you go to center. After center, you travel on the space. That's how a whole class finished that way.
So you're part of a class?
Yeah, part of a class.
And is there music in the background so you really feel?
Oh yes, yeah. That's the thing about dance. You're not only learning the step, you're also learning how to listen to the music.
Yes.
Ultimately, the music actually supports you to how you dance, because the bad music really put you down, especially when you're tired. You need beautiful music to inspire you. So you either have a piano, live pianos, or that's the best, or teacher play recorded music.
Which music do you prefer to dance to? And who do you like to perform it?
Which music? God, there's a Bach. I remember in Rosas, the string quartet. There's Bach. There's so many. There's some contemporary music, very contemporary as well. They're all nice in its own way, and depends on the choreography. If they work synergy together and just beautiful. If they go against or in a not good way, and not just not nice to dance with it. But I'm lucky. Most of the dance I do, they are just as beautiful synergy with music and movement and the background, the setting, costume.
Out of everybody you have met during your time as a facialist and a creator of this amazing cosmetic range, and your time as a dancer, who did you most enjoy meeting?
What I most enjoy meeting? I would say, everyone has a beautiful story to tell. I can't really, there's no one person I say, oh God, do I have to see her again or see her again? The thing with my facial technique, I need to say that, because I actually don't have a set rule when I do facial. Yes and no, I have a basic, but each person it just gives me an idea, inspired me.
Because everybody has a different face.
Exactly. Also, everyone has different beautiful story to tell. And I can't have it going with a formulation, say, okay, that's what I do, that's it, you're done, you sorted.
Yes, yeah.
So for me, everyone's interesting, and because they inspire me a lot. Without them, I probably won't be doing what I do.
Who would you most like to meet that you haven't met to date? And what question would you like to ask?
I would love to meet Juliette Binoche. I would love to work on her face. She's so beautiful. What's her name?
Helena Bonham Carter?
No, Helen Mirren or Meryl Streep.
She has a very unusual face, doesn't she?
Also, for me, they are so beautiful.
Yes.
They're not only beautiful because they're amazing, they're beautiful because they shine, their eyes twinkling, and they have that usefulness look. You know, this day, I think what I feel sad is people don't care about beauty anymore. It's all about hold on to the look of the young. The look of young means for most people, it's wrinkle free. For me, that's sad. For me, that's not beauty. We used to think young and beautiful, but this day, looking young is not beautiful anymore because people try everything. Doesn't matter. You become much uglier. As long as I'm free, face is frozen, I look, that's fine, and that's sad. So the reason I want to meet, to go back to your question, Juliette Binoche, lots of women inspired me. For me, they are the youth, and they are the beauty. And I would love to know how she treat herself, how she look after herself, how she, become who she is.
If an actress came to you and said, I am about to go into a shoot in a couple of hours, and also taking into consideration that you've said that you deal with individuals differently, but assuming that you have a few key things you do to perk a face up before they go in front of a filming crew, would you maybe face the camera and show the audience what you would do, which pressure points you would
yeah, sure. So, generally speaking, if they have such short time to do which I face the camera, short time to do anything. So, underneath the cheekbone,
okay, so you're pressing either side of your mouth,
where you feel
under
quite,
the cheekbone.
You will feel quite sore, and then chin muscle where you chew that tends to get really tight.
Okay, and the jawbone.
On the jawbone,
yes.
and the neck, and along underneath the earlobe, this pressure point, and brushing through underneath your base of the tongue. That's where you give yourself a lift, and also push your face upwards. And between your lips and go upwards to your eyes. By doing these simple things, tackle all the
You can give your face an immediate
lift.
And then you're ready to go.
Ready to go
in front of the camera.
Of course, you need a good product too.
Yes.
Yeah?
So tell us about the product.
What do you want to know? Well, the product really created is to replicate my facial experience.
Okay.
That's why I created my product. The products, I would say, is the wisdom of 10,000 faces. I literally touch over 10,000 people's face. Without that, I don't think I would create the product, which I'm happy with because of this experience. Also, half my life living in the East, where women use all the layering system, which means we religiously using toner, serum, cleansing toner, serum, eye cream, moisturizer throughout this. That's make it as a ritual rather than regime. So I create a basic range, 6 products on that concept, and one cannot deny science, of course. So it's a combination of prevention from the East skincare philosophy and correction from the West skincare idea.
Let's say if this actress has a little longer, 4 weeks before going in front of a camera crew, and she says, okay, I would like the product range. Let's say she's in her mid-20s. I'd like the product range. I would like to have a facial that lifts my face, but sort of a comprehensive scheme to get me looking my best. Do you work with other professionals to maximize that person's look before they go in front of the camera?
No.
You don't?
Because I don't just give them a facial. I also teach them if they have tension in the neck, they feel stressed, they need to be calm before the big event. I teach them the exercise they should do to help them look in the 100% their best, apart from the face, apart from the product. So that's why I'm different than the other facialists, because I give them whole body workout, or it's a whole lifestyle advice, so they can get the best out of themselves. Okay. So everything in one room, and from that I will tell them what they need. I give them advice, maybe some diet, some simple exercise can help them.
Have any other products coming out that we should know about?
Yes, but you should not know about. Keep little secrets, good, right? But I think the next one will be no, I won't tell you.
Oh,
just in case. No, it's really it's something we use a lot in Chinese medicine, with a typical beauty secret in Chinese history.
And that's yet to come out.
When
is the anticipated launch date of that?
Well,
so people can look out for it.
Original was March this year, but I think everything's delayed now. Hopefully in June. Yeah.
And what special effect will this product have on people, if I can ask that?
Well, you instant looking younger, of course, but the reason why that particular thing I use is because the famous beauty in the Tang Dynasty, they describe the women. When we saw her, like even the flower, we feel shame because she's so beautiful, and because that one thing she used every day, she eat it and use it. So that would be one of my ingredients inside. That's all you need to know.
So for people listening and watching this interview, how do they get hold of you?
Well, they can go to my website, www.suman.com, or if they really want to taste the product, they go to Fennec and Fauna Amazing, so they can try the product out and smell and taste it. Otherwise, the Cold Beauty as well, and Niche Beauty in Germany, Feel Unique, the Heart Group, the Beauty Expert, and there's another Condé Nast and one in Canada.
You said earlier that it's important to start this beauty regime young. You have children. At what point will you be telling them to start maybe using these massage techniques on their skin, using products?
I think when they I start really young already, because I told them you need to eat this, so you have a beautiful face. when they really start to understand. But the funny thing, my older, when she was a teenager, that's really crucial point. Every time I tell her something, she said, "Mom, what do you know? What do you know? My friend so-and-so told me this. And in the end, I just have to give up. I say, okay, I don't know anything, so you listen to your friend. But now she's 18. She said, oh, my friend asked me, she had a little spot here, and she had this, what did she say? I say, since when I know best.
So she grew to know.
She grew to know best. Yeah, exactly. Funny. And my little one's 12. She said, every time you say something is good for my skin, is that really true? But now she said, maybe one day I need your facial too. I said, no, I don't know anything. As a children. But I do tell them everything I do, ask them to eat. It's all good for the health. Because really, you need if your internal health is not good, certainly your skin won't look good. Right? That's what we call beauty from within. It's not because you're kind, you're warm. Of course, that's that. It's the health. Your internal organ is so important. When they fail, nothing's functioning. So you can't detoxify. You can't eliminate the toxin you've been taking in, and you can't breathe in the thing. So your skin won't look glowing. So it's a whole lifestyle transformation. One need to look after and take care.
So you've been teaching your girls about wellness. What about dancing?
Dancing, my older one did some ballet before, but it's really not her thing. She wants to be an actress. And my little one has no interest in dance at all. She did a kung fu, but now she stopped. She's really not that physical, but I try to make her walk, make her understand how important has that physical and emotional connection.
You have worked incredibly hard to reach this point. You described your start in life, living on a farm in a mud hut and really working your way up through absolute determination. How do you use this experience in parenting? Because the life in London presumably is so much easier. There'll be different challenges in life, but how do you convey that experience to your daughters?
Well, I think it's to pursue what you really love, passionate about, is very important, and not giving up so easily. In the modern living, like you said, we have to present such a perfect ourselves. Sometimes you can lose track who you really are, because there's so much comparison, so much you either compare people's look, house, car, the money, the value. It tends to destroy people, but that's the culture we are living in, And because you have so much this, so you value yourself higher. People inflate the word, or being deflated. I'm just not good, or I'm not good this, none of that should happen. It's to believe in yourself is very important, and have something you're really passionate about, and to pursue that. This is how I teach them all the time. It's not because you can make lots of money doing that, then your life will be sorted, you'll be happy. No, it's not true.
So you have to put passion in.
You have to put passion and hard work, yeah. And has no fear. That's all come back to how I grew up. I really have no fear everything I do, because it's not because I'm so clever. It's because I just have so limited knowledge about things. So, I dare to jump. I'm great at climbing trees when I was young. I learned how to ride a bike from the big bike, and put my legs on my things. It's fearlessness. I never learned things from like we teach children now. Start slowly, be careful. You might fall, you might do this. None of those nonsense. What I grew up with. My parents say, yeah, you need to do that. Just go to do it. I say, oh yeah, that's what I have to do. So I think I have no fear. It's very important as well.
Are you frightened of anything?
Yeah, I'm frightened of going the turning wheel. I never go to kindergarten playground. I just hate those things like spinning around.
So you don't like fun fairs, either?
No, I never get on the fun fair. My kids always laugh at me. They say, come try. I say, nope. They say, oh, you missed out something really fun. I say, I don't miss out anything. So those things, I never got into it.
Nothing else you're frightened of?
I don't like something curly word, snake, or I hate like soft things. Oh God, that reminds me of my childhood. I hate those things. We used to catch fish to sell when I was young. We find anything. We try to get anything to sell to survive. It's just really, we were really so poor. And the fish, a bunch of fish, so slimy. Oh, it's disgusting. But that's the thing I have to do. The more you catch, the more you can sell. That bring it home and make my mom happy.
Do you think there's a relationship between people's health and their physical health and their mental health?
Oh yes, they link together totally. I often think if you are so disconnected with yourself physically and emotionally, you're bound to have the problem. But how to connect yourself, to understand yourself, that come back to what I do is a touch. Healing, self-healing. I believe everyone can learn that. It's just people don't know how. People maybe know how, but doesn't know how to start the simple. Simple actually much more effective than you think of something, oh, so big, I have no time for that. I always have my dream. My dream is, if I can help people, especially older people. In this country, I find it's very sad because being neglected, no one cares because all mean you're ugly or you're worthless. And it put NHS in so much burden, the government so much burden.
Yeah.
If I'm able to help those people in a simple way, certain exercise they do, certain stretch they do, certain diet, I mean, there are so many nutritionists, maybe I don't go there, but it's things, the physical energy, physical performance, maintenance program, I can show those people. I think I can change the world in a better place. For me, go to other people show other people. It's just about self-healing, for me, prevention is much more important than correction. By the time you notice problems, it's always a little bit too late to bring it back to what you should be. So understand how to heal yourself. Start young, start well, and never stop. I live in this country, 18 years or more now. I think through my observation, I think people are holding so much emotional trauma. It's and if you don't let that trauma go, it's really going to affect your physical.
And it will show.
It will show in the face. Yeah. Let's go back to what things I do. The facial. I don't just put product on. Yeah, I use my product. You'll be sorted. It's not. It's about the touch. For that touch, I show people how to self-massage at home. When you understand your face, understand your skin, you understand what's happening. So you don't have that panic attack. Oh no, what's happening? I need to see doctor. I need to see this. No. First thing is, there's an exercise I can do to help myself for that. That comes from my personal experience. I used to have terrible pain in my shoulders. And no one knows what went wrong. It's nothing to do with the injury or something. It just caused me pain. I visited osteopath, physio, but nothing helped. Eventually, I had a routine. I discovered what went wrong. So since then, I have that routine exercise all the time, every day, and the pain never come back. It's that when your body is blocked or stagnated, you become miserable, and you need to address that to understand and release, and then you feel free, you feel free and you feel happier, and hopefully by that, the energy you show and influence other people, and for other people you give to other people, and then whole society will be much happier.
Has a knock-on effect.
Has a knock-on effect.
As one last word to inspire people, those setting out on a journey to trying to create something that has the potential to shape our world, to add something positive, what would you say to those people?
Well, I would say if you really believe what you do, you got to stick to it, no matter what happened. Maybe not immediately, you don't see the result immediately, but if you stick to it, something will happen. I would think if God give you a card, that's you have to play, and you play it well, Never think, sidetrack, what if, or what I shouldn't, what if I could. It just go towards the dream you want to get.
Su-Man Hsu? Is that right?
Su-Man Hsu.
Hsu.
Yes,
perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
Pronunciation.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank you for interviewing. Yes.